Welcome to Ink and Fitness. For those who are new to my channel, my name is Anthony. I am someone who went from skinny to fit, and these videos are purely just educational. So this way, if you are also someone who's skinny and looking for guidance when it comes to knowing how to do this fitness stuff correctly, then you can take these videos, apply what you're learning, be consistent with it, and get your own great results when it comes to your own fitness journey. If you are someone who's looking for a more personalized approach when it comes to this whole fitness stuff, the link for one-to-one coaching will be down below in the description, so feel free to check that out. But enough about that. Let's get straight into the video for today, where I'm going to be teaching you guys how to go from skinny to jacked. So let's get right into things for today. So how does one go from skinny to jacked? And it's really a lot more simpler than people might, you know, and people might not tend to believe, right? Because a lot of people tend to overcomplicate fitness. They think that it's not as simple as it can be to get results, get good results. And so it's honestly much more simpler than what a lot of people make it seem. You just need to focus on the three different pillars of fitness. And these three different pillars are the three pillars that will generate the most results for you in your own fitness journey. Just like in business, there's different pillars in business that will generate you revenue. So that way the business can grow, flourish, and you get to make the profits that you want to make, impact the lives that you want to impact, that kind of good stuff, right? So it's marketing, sales, and fulfillment, client fulfillment. Those are the three main pillars. And if there's more that I'm missing, maybe I'm missing more, maybe not, but those are the three main pillars when it comes to any business that needs to be honed in on. And so with fitness, the three pillars are training, nutrition, and rest. Those are the really main three pillars you need to focus on if you want to see great results inside of the gym. And of course, you need to be consistent within these three different pillars. So if you have all these areas dialed in and are being consistent, you'll go from skinny to jacked, guaranteed, right? As long as you don't fuck anything up. Now, let's cover those three different pillars a little bit more in detail, so this way you guys know exactly what to do when it comes to each one of those pillars. Side note, don't ever overcomplicate things. What I will share with you in the next few slides will literally cover everything you need to know about fitness and health, right? And when it comes to reaching your own personal fitness goals. Too many people online, they just tend to overcomplicate very simple, or what should be very simple advice, and that just leaves their viewers, feeling confused and feeling like going to the gym is just this big chore, and that they're achieving their dream physique or losing weight or gaining weight is just a seemingly impossible task to accomplish, when it's not that way at all whatsoever. So let's cover training first. Let me simplify this for you guys as best as I can. I'm literally gonna make this. I literally made these slides as if I were talking to someone who was, 7 years old. So you guys, it's super simple. Just follow along, take some notes, pause the video if you need to, rewind it if you want to hear something again. Do whatever you need to do to ensure that you best understand all the different items inside these three pillars, so that way you guys can be set up best for success. So as far as training goes, this is how you should be training. High intensity, progressive overload, 2 sets by 6 to 8 reps, focus on your technique, and rest times of 3 to 5 minutes in between sets. So, covering things a little bit more in depth here, what I mean by high intensity is I mean training with a little bit more oomph, right? Exerting yourself more than you're used to. And so typically, what I like to say as a common guideline for high intensity is doing 2 sets till failure. And what going till failure means or looks like is going until you cannot complete 1 full rep anymore on a given exercise. So that's what failure looks like, or what it means. In terms of progressive overload, let me give you an example of this. Let's say I was doing leg extensions, so primarily working the quads here. Leg extensions for, at 50 pounds. It's a super lightweight. For some it might be super light, for some it might be, heavy. Again, don't ego lift. Don't think you need to be doing more weight than you can bite off. If you need to start off light, because the most important thing is focusing on your technique. That's the most important thing that you should be doing when it comes to exercising, because your technique is what matters most. But going back to what I was saying with progressive overload, you're doing leg extensions, working out the quads, isolating those quads, and you're doing 50 pounds. So you're doing 50 pounds and you're doing the 2 sets by 6 to 8 rep scheme. right? So you're going till failure. You want to reach the top of the rep range, so 8 reps. That would be 8 reps in this case. So you do 2 full sets. You hit 8 reps with perfect technique for both sets for 50 pounds at 50 pounds, excuse me. So that means you can gradually increase the weight the following week for your following leg day. So this way, you can get stronger, get bigger. Thus, in turn, you're progressively overloading. So what that would look like for next week is you bump up the weight by either 2.5 pounds to 5 pounds. So in this case, typically most machines have, they go up by 5 pounds increments. So next week you'll be doing 55 pounds for the leg extensions, and you'll repeat the cycle, right? 2 sets, 6 to 8 reps. If you're able to reach 6 reps that week for 55 pounds, the next week you would try to reach 8 reps. And once you reach that top rep range with perfect technique for both sets, then that's when you can go ahead and bump up the weight again by 5 extra pounds. And you just repeat that process. So that's what progressive overload is. As far as 2 sets by 6 to 8 reps, as long as you pick a moderate weight to do where it's heavy enough but not light enough for you to essentially do a bunch of reps, you'll be able to reach failure within that 6 to 8 rep scheme right there. So that's what I mean by that, or when I put that there. Focusing on your technique, much like what I explained a couple seconds ago, technique is really everything. You need to focus on your form, make sure that you have good technique, so that way you can prevent injuries. You can actually get the most out of each rep that you're doing. And it's a lot more challenging that way, because when you really slow down your technique and your form, it gets harder. The exercise gets, I'd say, 5 times harder if you were to just swing around the weights. So the kind of I guess the count and scheme that I like to have in my head as I'm doing each one of my reps goes like this. So the concentric part of the movement, the part up of the movement where you contract the muscle, you just explode up. And then I like to have a 3 to 4 second count for going down on that exercise. So 3 to 4 second count for the negative part, the part down of the exercise. And then at the stretch position of the movement, I like to just hold it there for 1 to 2 seconds. So a nice 1 to 2 second pause. And then I explode up. And that's 1 complete rep. And I would just repeat that. And rest times of 3 to 5 minutes. Keep in mind, if we are training with high intensity, we want to make sure that we're getting enough rest, as much rest as we can get in between sets, so that way we can carry the same intensity that we performed the first set, but for the second set. So that's why we have these longer rest times. It doesn't mean that you're going to be in the gym for 2 hours. If anything, it's going to really speed up the process because you are doing 2 sets by 6 to 8 reps. So typically you should be in the gym for 45 to 60 minutes training in this way. Now, as far as the nutrition side of thing goes, if you are bulking, you need to eat 300 to 500 calories above your maintenance. If you're cutting, you need to eat 300 to 500 calories below your maintenance. Make sure to track your weight once per week. Once you plateau in weight, either add or subtract an additional 300 to 500 calories, and you're pretty much going to repeat this process throughout your entire bulking phase. Eat 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight that you weigh. And just so you guys know, you don't need supplements at all whatsoever. But if you do have a little bit of money to spare, if you have a side budget or just a budget in general for supplements, the only 2 that I would recommend getting is creatine and protein powder, and that's it. Because everything else, in my opinion, is just a waste of money and garbage. I don't think there's really much more that I need to explain as far as the nutrition side of thing goes. This is why it is important, though, to track your weight, because you need to find out when you are plateauing in weight, when the weight just completely stops moving up or down. So essentially, when you do plateau, that's when you need to add or subtract some extra calories. And for those of you asking what's a good cutting and bulking phase, or how long a good bulking or cutting phase should last, really does depend, but generally 12 to 16 weeks is a sweet spot when it comes to a bulking or cutting phase. And as far as rest goes, this is literally the easiest slide. Just sleep for 7 hours or more per night. But generally 7 hours is good, is more than enough. But the more, the better. Obviously, don't sleep for like 12 hours because I'm assuming you guys have like tasks or responsibilities to get to. But 7 hours or more is perfect. as far as getting proper rest, making sure that your body is recuperating from the workout that you from the beating that you just gave it on the workout for on the last workout you did. So yeah, honestly, all you need is sleep. If you struggle with sleep, look into getting some melatonin or any other sleeping supplements, so this way you can actually get some rest during the nights. Don't overdo it on the melatonin though. You want to make sure your body does not become dependent on it, um, because you'll find that once your body is dependent on it, you can't go to sleep as easily without the melatonin. So that's I feel like that in itself is a big no-no or a big problem, because you can't sleep without it, and that sucks because I've been there before, and it's kind of and it is shitty to be honest. But nonetheless, you don't need any ice baths or saunas. Not to say those things aren't beneficial at all, but you don't need it as part of your recovery process for going to the gym. Sleep is more than enough. That does cover it for the video for today, though, guys. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, comment down below what you want to see next in terms of a video idea or video topic. If you are someone looking for one-to-one coaching, the link for that will be down below in the description. So feel free to check that out. But until the next one, though, guys, take care. Much love to you all. Peace.